Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to Morning Drive. Are you having a good day? Is your day already going pleasing and joyful? I do hope that that's it, actually. And we are here again today to go about giving you some little motivation, some wake-up call before you go about doing your business. And that's what Morning Drive is all about. As you know, I am Prudence Burka. Now let's get to today's discussion. So most of the times you find that you are not able to tolerate some things. You find that some things are just really irritating to you, and you find that you're finding it hard to move about, do something because you're not comfortable with the way the thing is, or you're not comfortable with the environment. You feel like somebody is trampling on your rights, somebody is doing what you don't like, and then you become angry. And that's where patience comes in. Yes, our topic today is patience. We're talking all about patience. And what exactly is this patience? I got these definitions from some dictionaries, and one of them says, patience is the capacity to accept or tolerate delay, problems, or suffering without being annoyed or anxious. It seems hard, though. Another one says it is the ability to stay calm while you wait for an expected result. I'm paraphrasing that. And then basically patience is just you being calm, being collected, taking a step back and waiting so that you will see a result at the end of the day. See, so when somebody is getting on your toes, you just stay calm. You don't react immediately. You're conscious of whatever reaction you're going to have, so that you would not affect your relationship with people. That doesn't mean that you should be someone who anybody can trample upon just because you're patient and you're quiet when something like that happens to you. No, it just means that you're able to control your anger, control your emotions, so that when something happens and you need to react, your reaction is going to be mild and is going to be reasonable. That somebody out there seeing a situation like that will understand that something really triggered, that you're annoyed about something, and you would act maturely. You take a time out, you stay calm before you react, so that your reaction is not going to be over the top. You're not going to react so much and then it will affect your business or something. And then it says every one of us, each and every one of us, including me, I'm not some master of patience or something. No, we're likely to be angry. Somebody just has to annoy you on occasions. Like, you can come to the office and somebody just does something and then it pisses you off that morning. Something like that could happen. Whatever situation it is, I'm still saying it, you take a time out, you stop, pause, and then you react. And that is what patience is. And then if you don't do it appropriately, if you do things like that and you neglect you don't take your time to think things through before you react, you would end up having a damaged reputation. People know, like, your reputation. Like, everybody would just go out and say, oh no, this person is he's bad tempered, and nobody likes a short tempered person. No, that's the truth. So if you're doing your business, you're going about doing your business, and then you're a short tempered person, you will lose customers. That's one fact. And then to damage your relationship, even relationships with families, or if you're not patient, you would have a problem with family, with friends. Your relationships are going to be shaky, it's going to be faulty, and then it increases stress. You're going to be stressful because every time you're thinking, oh, this person annoyed me, like I'm so angry about this thing, why did this person do this kind of thing, and you're not even patient about this person, or it's even mad to even at least listen to what the person has to say. No, you're just angry, you're just boiling, and you're just, you would crash. The stress will finish you. Okay, it's not funny, but truly, stress will finish you. And then a little, if you're not patient, something small will escalate and become something very big. And that's not a good habit to have. Like that's not a good title to have for yourself. So be cautious, be patient when you are dealing with people. And then there are a lot of things that, I mean, patience can be categorized in different ways, and then one of them is interpersonal. That's somebody out there is making you angry, somebody out there is making you annoyed, somebody is stepping on your toes, somebody is triggering your temper and all that. That's interpersonal, that you're dealing with somebody out there. And then there's one that is dealing with your life hardships. The situation is just tough for you. You're not patient enough to continue to wait. For instance, you want to get into school, and then in this, Nigeria, the way we have our education base is just like very sketchy and very faulty. You now find out that the admission process is like very hard. You can't continue going and doing it jam again year after year. You're writing jam and then there's no progress. You're not going to school. You're not getting an admission. That's one life situation. And then in that situation, you're supposed to be patient, keep pushing through. You continue. If this year doesn't work out, you try again up to next year and see. If it doesn't work out, you try again. You just keep trying. It's because it's when you have patience that you're able to do that. If you don't have it, you would crash. You're likely to let your emotions just hamper everything about you. And then daily struggles. You wake up in the morning, oh, I'm already exhausted from the early morning, and then you are walking, you have to go to work. And after you reach work, you just have to do this, you have to do that. Your boss is telling you this, or maybe you're an entrepreneur, your customer is saying this, your customer is saying that, your customer is saying this and is saying that, and then you're just frustrated, you're just angry, and you just want to react. Patience will make you stay quiet, be calm, before you take another step. That's basically patience. And then patience and self-discipline are like twins. More like twins. So when you're patient, you're disciplined. When you're patient, that means you sit down, you think your words before you say it. You know that verse in James that says, let our speech be seasoned with grace, and then that we will be slow to speak and quick to listen. Yes, that's what patience does to you. You're self-disciplined, so you're slow to speak but quick to listen. You pay attention, you focus on details and all that, just because you are patient. So if you possess self-discipline, again, I'm saying it's like you're possessing, you're having patience, yes. And then if you strengthen your self-discipline, you are strengthening your patience. So all that will help you in life. It will help you in your business. You're being patient, you will get customer base. You're being patient, people will love you. You're being patient, your work with people will be like, you'll be favored. You will have favor in front of people. You have favor with God. You have favor with everybody that's around you. That's what patience does to you. See, I promise you, if you are patient, your business is going to succeed. Whatever you're doing, whether it is work, your business, you're working in somebody's company, whatever you are doing, so long as you put your hands on it, it will work out well, because you're patient and you will see it through to the end. Okay. Did you hear what I said? When you're patient, you're able to see your work through to the end. If you're patient, you see your work through to the end, because you gradually, you continue to do it with joy. You continue to do it. Yes, you're waiting, you're patient about it, you're doing it with joy and all that. So you be careful, and then you get to it. You won't stop at the way because you're impatient. This is not working out, so what is the need of actually doing it again? No, you wouldn't have that character. It would work out for you because you're patient and you see everything through. So at this point, we'll actually stop a minute, then take the video of the day, and then when we're back, we'll continue talking about patience.
My name is John. I didn't get a view. Now my business why they do the chop. I dey sell bread. So bread now it cost. So I just dey buy am like that, I just dey sell am for people. Because of this I dey feeding my family. I get wife, 2 children. So now this year they will do am. They feeding my family. So my challenge is that this business what I dey do. So I no get shop. This is my shop where I dey sell my bread to get something where I go get. If men come, I just pack am, dey cover am. If rain finish, I come out, dey open am, continue my market. So now my challenge is that. So now my idea is how I go give my young like this, like me. If them no work for this country, we'll find something wey you go do to help yourself. So if it's down, nobody go give you. If it's down, God go help you. Continue their feeding your family. If my customer come, I just I know dey embarrass my customer. I just do my market jeje where I go get my something where I go chop. So that if I open eyes for customer, customer no go come now.
Welcome back. That was an inspiring video, and I do hope that you enjoyed watching that and you were inspired by that person. Like, how does it feel actually doing something with your hands and it is working out well? Well, I hope that you would put that kind of energy into doing your own work as well. So we're talking about patience before we went on that quick before we went to go out watch that video. And while we were talking about patience, I spoke about what patience is and how it would help you in business. So generally, I would just like to say that patience, when you're patient about whatever you're doing, you're patient in every situation that you find yourself, these are the results you get. You would become a very calm person, a lovable person, somebody that attracts attention, attracts people to you, because your character, your behavior is like everybody loves it. Everybody wants to be with you because you're a good person, and that's what one thing that the character of patience is. And then it helps you when you're patient. It helps you that you don't lose focus. You become a very focused person. You don't lose attention. You're like focused. You're like organized. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Organized. Like you just, everybody, the way you are working, everything would work out clean because you are patient. You take everything one step at a time, gradually. And then when you're patient, people will see a matured person. You know, that situation where you hear somebody will say, that person acted matured in this case, so and the other person was just being childish and trying to make her angry and all, but then everybody was like, oh no, but the reaction that she had, the reaction that Rachel had to this thing was really matured. I loved the way she approached it. That's one thing that happens because you're patient. Another thing is that it builds your character and it gives you perseverance, strength, humility. You see all those characters I'm calling? I said it builds your strength. It makes you persevere. It gives you steadiness, like you balance. And then humility. All these things come across with patience. So yes, if you remember correctly, you know the passage says, this passage where they were talking about the fruits of the Spirit from a Christian, when the Holy Spirit is in you, the fruits of the Spirit that you exhibit, love, patience. Patience, like the second one after love, is patience. So you see, patience is like a huge deal in faith, in your life, in character, whatever you're doing as a human being, as a Christian, as a business person, as a businesswoman, as a businessman, whatever. In fact, as a child in your house or as a parent, patience is a lot. You know that in our environment here, when you're getting married, everybody will be like, everything you have to do now is patience, or you have to take everything patiently and all that. Well, it applies also to living your life. It applies to doing your business. It applies to you working as an employee under a company. It applies to every single aspect of your life. It applies to every single thing that you are doing. Yes, that's what patience is. Like, patience is like a great, like it's a huge blanket that when you cover yourself in it, oh my God, you will not just believe the reaction, the attraction that people have towards you. Like, you would just be like a shining light somewhere. Somebody is just saying light. Because you are patient with people. You know how they will say, oh, this person knows how to manage people. It's all boils down to patience. And the next thing is in your relationship also with others. When you're patient, as I was saying, everybody will just love you, they'll just want to be around you. And then when everything is going our way, that's one challenge. When everything is working well, when everything is working well, who remembers what patience is? Nobody. But you see, when you're in challenges, you're having challenges, maybe somebody at work, somebody is trying to make sure that you're not promoted from where you are. Now that's where patience begins to have shaky ground. The next, let's see, maybe you are working in business and then you meet a customer and the customer is like, this is not what you posted on your social media. I really don't like the results. And the person is just being very harsh and hard. And you feel like, you asked me to sell this to you, and then why are you just reacting like that? Yes. At that point, patience becomes a little bit sketchy, right? Well, in that point, at that very point, that's where patience is really needed when you're in that distress. So it's not in your day-to-day life where you're just somebody will just shout at you and you'll be like, oh, I'm patient, so I'm just going to let it go. No, it's in that situation that it really matters, that patience really matters. That's where self-discipline really matters. As I said, patience and self-discipline are like siblings. So if you're able to discipline yourself at that point in time, to not overreact, to not let your temper control you, to not let your emotions control you, but to patiently, calmly listen to what the person is saying and react in the appropriate manner, you would have an awesome customer base. If you're working in the customer care for a big organization, you'll be able to communicate rightly because you are patient. You will take a step back, you will sit down, think things through. What is this person saying that I did wrong? What did I go wrong? What did I do that is making this person react this way? What if the person was actually angry from home? you would know how to approach the person or to answer the person back. And then First Thessalonians 4 verse, let me take that again. First Thessalonians 5 verse 14 says, I urge you, brothers and sisters, warn those who are idle and disruptive, and then encourage the disheartened, help the weak, but be patient with everyone. Be patient with everyone. So even in your Christian life, as you're living your life, as you're going about doing your business, as you're going about living your life, as you're going about being a Christian in general, be patient with everyone. It doesn't mean tolerate everything. No, it means be patient. Like, it's a huge word. Patience is like really large. You know how Jesus had a lot of people that were just sitting around him and just being rumor mongers or just waiting for a moment where he would make a mistake so that they'll go and use it. And then he knew all that, but he patiently approached them. Or when they asked him unreasonable questions, the questions that these people should actually know it, and then he responded to them quietly, gently, calmly. So be patient with your customers, and I bet you will have a very awesome result. These results that you will see, to shock you. Yeah. Yes. Patience will just have a way of making you you just feel like life is just easy and smooth and sweet because of how you're patient. Yes, I know that a lot of times you would feel angry, you'd be annoyed, but then when you patiently react, then you will not have regret at the end. But then if you are not patient, if you're impatient and you just react anyhow, maybe somebody just did something and you just shout at the person, or if a customer comes and then he's just being he's being reactive, you just bust and then the person, carry your things up, be going now. Did I force you to come and patronize me? You will lose customers. So because tomorrow if somebody is approaching you, you will tell the person, this person, he's not a reliable person, don't go and meet him. You see, you have lost one more potential customer because you were impatient. Your life would be full of regrets if you are impatient. I'm just emphasizing all these bad sides of like if you're impatient, the negativities that will come about. It is huge, and it is terribly bad for your business. It is terribly bad for your character as a human being. It is terribly bad for you in your life as a Christian. Impatience is bad though. But the good thing is that when you're patient, everything would be smooth. I'm not saying like it's going to be totally smooth. Maybe you'll have a few bumps, yes, but then you'll not have like huge potholes like we do have here in this country. Anyways, so jokes aside, patience is really, really an awesome thing, and it is good for you. So we see in the Bible many examples of those. I mentioned Jesus Christ, or those who are patient in their work, but then there's James. James is an example of patience. James was patient through everything. He was responding to the environment, the community who were against the faith of Christ Jesus at that time. He was patient in approaching them. And we are even reading the letter of James, and the way he talks about patience, and he talks about all those things, how you relate with people, how you're patient with them, how you persevere, and then you get rewards at the end. And Abraham, like, I forgot about this thing. I just remembered it now that I just spoke about Abraham. So Abraham waited patiently for his promise. That's another thing that we fail to understand when we are impatient. Patience is like a very huge word, as I said earlier on. So when you are patient, you would wait for results. So you have a goal, and then you have been putting in small efforts, and you're not seeing anything. But if you are patient, you keep on doing it because you're patient. If you're patient, you become persistent. You become Do you know the very awesome characters that comes along with patience? It's like great though. So when you are patient, all these things come across you. That's what happened to Abraham. Patient, he was patiently waiting. At the end, Abraham is like the father of a lot of nations. Even today, we all Christians still believe that Abraham is like our father. So because he waited patiently for that promise, that's how it is. You have a goal, you have a reason to wait, and then you become impatient. At the end, you become unsuccessful. See, patience and success are like yes, pairs in the pod. What do you call it? Yes, it pairs in the pod. That's how patience and success is. You're patient. When you're patient, you would strive. You continue to put in more effort because you're patient and you're waiting to see the result, and you're hoping that your result is going to be awesome. You're hoping that your result is going to be good. That's what patience does. Patience keeps you going. It gives you drive. When you drive, right? Yes, patience gives you drive when you're patient. You wake up in the morning, even if it doesn't seem like the day is good, you will say, my day is going to be awesome. I'm going to be calm. I'm going to be collected. I'm not going to talk loudly at people. I'm not going to shout at anybody. And then you discipline yourself. Wherever you're going, you patiently react. See, patience is another. There's a funny thing about patience. When you wake up in the morning and you don't think of patience, but it might be hard for you. So the first thing when you do in the morning, maybe some of us, after we've done our devotions in the morning, the next thing you do is tell yourself, I will be patient this morning. I'll be patient this day. I'll be patient. Whatever I'm going to do I'm going to do it patiently. I'm going to be careful. I'm going to wait on God before I do anything and all that. And then there's another thing. He said, Paul in Ephesians, when he was in his message to the Ephesians, he said, I urge you to live a life worthy of the calling you have received. Be completely humble and gentle, then patient, then bearing with one another in love. Did you hear that? He said, humble, gentle, and patient. So those things actually go along together, as I said in the beginning. Humble, gentle, patient, and bearing with one another in love. When you're patient, you're able to bear in love. Yes, you'll be able to bear what people are throwing at you, but you will keep on striving. You're going to keep on moving because you will not stay in one place. You would continue to move because you're patient, and then you'll bear with one another in love. Well, that's a wrap on today's program. I don't want to leave you, but I have to because my time is up. It has been an enjoyable session with you talking about patience, and I hope that you go about doing your business today patiently. You'll make patience a character in you. You'll make patience a virtue to uphold, my dear, and your business today is going to be flourishing. I do hope to see you again next time. Bye for now.